I did. I did it because I love you. Thought you felt the same way about me.
Me? Love you? Bitch, you got to be crazy. You got that.
Doesn't make sense now. Shit just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, or you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now.
Alright. Shalom to the elect. All praises, honor, and glory to whom rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, ever well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. As you see, this is a ongoing thing, right? That happened. It's circulating right now, about Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion breaking apart. So because it's circulating, came across it and whatnot, right? And as you see, the black woman is showing her ass again, and yeah, and I'm just looking at this like, this is the average black woman, this is undesirable, this is not something that you want a wife, These are not desirable traits, man. The average black woman is not a good woman, a desirable wifey type of woman, She's built with headaches. She's built with problems. She's built with can't nobody tell me nothing, and more. You see, and as you see, she's just loud. No manners. No nothing. Look.
It makes sense now.
You got it.
Nobody else in the room is being as loud as her, except for the people on stage. And you see his face. This is not the type of woman you want to be with. A woman like this is not the type of woman you want to be with. Yeah, see? And then, as I was, looking into it a little bit, they want him to be monogamous and all of that. Or she wanted him to be monogamous with Megan Thee Stallion or whatnot. And I saw somewhere else women planning to cheat because apparently Klay Thompson cheated on Megan first, So-called cheating, because men can't cheat, right? But that something else I had saw. Yeah, they said that he was like they were like basically calling him like a fool for losing Megan Thee Stallion, and it's just, this society is just so it's so it just upholds the woman to a far more extent than she needs to be. Okay, this society it caters and bends to women, and it's for women. Only in America. Well, let me not even say only in America, because wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Okay. Wickedness is everywhere, and America puts its ways on other nations. Other nation women want to copy this. They want to act like Megan Thee Stallion. Typical black woman. That's why we say stay away from the nigga woman. Stay away from her. You see? Here it is. We as Israelite men, as I heard a brother say in a lesson, we come from a line of men having multiple women. And this is what we're reduced to in these last days. In these last days, we're reduced, to this. But it's going to go back to how, it was. All right? Especially in the kingdom. Even before the kingdom, Isaiah 4:1. But, society tells us we're supposed to have only one woman. Right? And it really doesn't tell a woman that she can have more than one slakia. It really doesn't tell a woman that she can't have more than one man. Right? this society is just backwards. Let me see. You know, and the women saying, mind you, this her event. He is not the prize. I mean, yo, yeah, this was mad annoying. He knew who she was before he met her. Like, be so for real, right? And you know, people you have people that you know, support him. Shit, I support him if he went and did that. If he went and laid with another woman, you know. Yeah, man, you know, black women are just foul creatures, man. All right, well, let me go ahead and get the scripture that's coming to mind. Let me go ahead and get it real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Rock, chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. You see? So a woman that has no shame is counted as a female dog, a bitch. Okay? You know? And that's just what it is. Okay? A woman that has no shame. Megan Thee Stallion has no shame. Look at the songs and things she's done. And it corrupts. And now all these, now she has all these nigga woman lits wanting to be like her. You know? And even not just them, you know the tribes copy Judah. You know? You got women of the other tribes trying to have that baddie mentality or whatnot. You know? Meanwhile, she, you know, is in relationship to relationship. It's crazy, man. See, and that loud mouth, see, black women just don't know how to be quiet. That's pain to a black woman. To not learn how to be quiet, it's painful. See? But it says here, Sirach 26 and 14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. See, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. You know, a woman that doesn't talk all the damn time, talk your face off. You know, that's a gift of the Lord. You know, and a loving woman, you know. Let me see something real quick. This is Sirach 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Yeah, that man, Clay Thompson, he considered wicked. All right, he's not in the truth. All right. Or is he considered righteous just because he plays basketball? No. Just because he's an NBA star? No. Right? He's wicked. And so is she. So, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Even men that are, you know, in that high position want a godly type of woman. They want a woman with, you know, godly characteristics. And look, on this side, man, you ain't going to find that. All right? You ain't going to find a woman with 100% godly characteristics. But you don't got to, as a man, you don't got to accept dirt. All right? You don't have to accept bottom level dirt, man. You don't got to do that either. You know, it's about picking the best or the worst. You know. But can you imagine that? Having, you know, your woman at an event like that, and if you tell her, you know, to shut up, it's going to be a problem. You see? That's why, the scripture said in 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4 says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of great price. Let me see if I get that in the NLT real quick. I'll look something up here. 1 Peter 3. Come on. 1 Peter 3 and 4 in the NLT. It says, you should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to the Most High. See that? That's how a woman is supposed to conduct herself. A woman of the Lord, you know, a sister that's trying to do right, that's how she should conduct herself. All right? I'm going to refrain from using that title, woman of the Lord. I just, you know, I'm going to just say a sister. You know, but it says the ornament. Let me look that word up. It's gonna come up. The ornament. Okay, because a quiet woman, a feminine, quiet woman. That's great. You know, an ornament doesn't come up, but a meek and quiet. Let me look at the word quiet. Quiet, tranquil. All right, properly keeping one seat, meaning sit the fuck down, be quiet. All right, i.e. by implication, still undisturbed, undisturbing, peaceable, quiet. Yeah, you're not bothering, man. You know, but and then especially women, always they always want to walk backwards when they hear that we men can have more than one wife, more than one woman. You know, they don't like that. You see. So what if a man goes and lays with another woman? You know, shit. I deal with a woman. I'm definitely going to lay with another woman. That's just how it's gonna be. All right, that's how it's gonna be, man. That's just how it's gonna be. But it's just us being not empowered, man. We living under Esau and his ways and the way he's putting the minds of these women and everything. Man can have more than one wife. Where is that at? Shit. In the kingdom that's coming, the scriptures say this. Isaiah 60 and verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in this time. Yeah, a little Israelite child is gonna become. He's gonna have many children. It's like he's gonna have his own nation. Basically, it's gonna be like as if he had his own nation. You see, and guess what? It ain't gonna be by just one woman. You're gonna have tons of women in the kingdom of heaven. See, it's gonna be a lot of reproducing. So that means a lot of women. Okay, because we men can't reproduce without women, nor can they, bring forth anything without us. You see, but a woman, I'm not saying a woman is gonna have multiple husbands in the kingdom because she's not. That's definitely not gonna happen. That's adultery. You see, but in the kingdom, a man's gonna have more than one wife, man. Okay, on this side, it's looked down on and stuff like that. It's really sickening, to be honest. Really is. But the kingdom is gonna be set right, and the woman won't be acting like that. Learn how to be quiet, man. For people in general, is a good thing. Learning the art of being quiet. You don't gotta talk all the time, but man, if your woman out there doing, loud as hell and embarrassing you like that, and hey, man, that's what you say. Let me get it real quick. I'm gonna get this because it's kind of one of my last lessons, or one of the other lessons I did. Basically talking about, America. When the guy said you wouldn't want to find your wife here, you don't want to do that. This is Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. See that? And the answer is none. Because none of them is perfect. None of them is really, 100% righteous. None of them, we not 100% righteous, but, hey, King Solomon said this. Ecclesiastes. But see, we're us men, we're more so striving to do better. Okay? It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 27 in the NLT. It says, this is my conclusion, says the teacher. I discovered this after looking at the matter from every possible angle. Though I have searched repeatedly, I have not found what I was looking for. Only 1 out of 1,000 men is virtuous, but not one woman. See that? Only 1 out of 1,000 men. Only 1 out of 1,000 men. Okay? Is virtuous, but not one woman, not one. See, so you're not gonna find Miss Perfect, Miss Righteous over here. You ain't gonna find that. You might find a sister that's, if the Lord bring that across, a sister doing good. There are sisters out there trying, to do good, right? We ain't talking about them, right? But you ain't gonna find, you're not gonna find, the perfect, You know, you're not gonna find a woman that's, you know, your your dream picture Hebrew Israelite wife. All right. Okay. So, you know, but nigga woman, man. That's why we say stay away from the black woman. Everything that's just undesirable in a woman, you're gonna find in the so-called black woman. All the things the scriptures talk about, you know, because Megan Thee Stallion is a harlot, man. She's a hoe, showing her ass on camera and everything. You know, why would you even want to be with something like that? And he apparently just wanted to hit. Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't blame him. Because these women ain't worth nothing anyhow. They're not worth, you know, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It is Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city. Did she make that song with Cardi B? Look at that, Southern and Northern Kingdom. Did they make that song? There's some whores in this house, right? Yeah. I remember they made that one. You know? And the scriptures talk about that, man. The scriptures talk about that. See? The scriptures talk about that. It's Sirach 26 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. Meaning she's going to lay down with all these different all different types of men. You see? She's a thought, a bop. You know? What they call it now, a bop. Right? A thought, man, a harlot. See? Why would you wife something like that? You know? Why? Okay? Don't tell me just because she looks good. You know, don't do that. You know, you gotta, as the scriptures say, prove a friend. You gotta prove a woman too. And don't be so hasty, you know, to credit her or bring her in. Just like we do with a friend. Sirach 6 and 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first and be not hasty to credit him. Same thing with a woman. You know? Same thing with a woman, man. Alright? When I saw that thing with Megan Thee Stallion raising her hands up in the air, you know, and all loud, it's just like disgusting. You know, I got repulsed. I'm still repulsed. You know? Women nowadays don't know how to be quiet, but in Jacob's trouble, you know, they're gonna snap back into order. You know, like a straw, like one of them bendy straws. It'll snap right back into order. You know, because of chaos. And some women are just gonna have to go. A lot of women are just gonna have to go, let me say. Right? There's one scripture, Salakia. Yeah, this is Sirach 20 verse 8. He or she that uses many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. Right? It says he that useth many words shall be abhorred. You know, you talking a lot. You know, it's like in the scriptures show you etiquette as well. Like that. If you talking a lot and just running on and running on and running on, you know, it's like people gonna look at you like, man, you know, like can you ever be quiet? You know, that's why scriptures do say it's a rock. And I mean, look, when we do lessons, okay, we're edifying the Lord's elect. That's different. When you just talking, somebody just keep on talking. You ever had somebody just keep on talking to you? Like a brother down here say, keep on talking to you. Just like you can't shut up. You know, that's how these women are. Sirach 32 and 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. See? So, yeah, man. Alright? And these women don't know how to be quiet. They need to. Alright? And this is why we need the Lord to come back, man, and fix all this. Because these women are out of order. Alright? Let me see something here. Yeah, and this type, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, all of them, those are the type of women that these little girls with little thoughts out here look up to. You know, they look up to women like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all this extra dumb stuff. You know, It's, man. Jake just needs to go. Needs a reset. It's going to start with the elect. The elect is going. The 2/3 will come back through the elect. But um, yeah, you don't want to wife nothing like that, man. Don't wife nothing or nothing like that. These women are just pieces of meat. All right. They really just pieces of meat, man. Okay. And as scriptures say, they'll be giving your all to them. Okay, because first off, they want you to be monogamous. They want you to worship them. They want you to not let them do what the hell they want to do. When they're with you. To make you look weak. These women they're just off, and the scriptures talk about it. Proverbs 31:3: Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. See, so the wisdom is in the scriptures, man. All right, and we learn from our apostles and elders. All right, like-minded brothers of Great Millstone. And that teach the same doctrine as Great Millstone. We learn, right? So hey, the wisdom is here. These women are off. Move right. So hey, with that, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that were well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom to the elect.